Writer's Road Trip. I'm Lisa, and I'm excited to share my experiences as a writer and hopefully help you on your journey too. So if you're ready to dive into the magic and join me on my journey, hit subscribe and let's go on this adventure together. Today I want to talk about characters. Character development is really important. You don't need to just know what they look like, what their hair color is, what their eye color is, their height, their weight. You also need to know their flaws, their personality. And I found that the more that you work with a character, write out different scenes, you learn their mannerisms. And it's important to really get to know your characters, really develop them into real people. I like to people watch, just study what different people do, their different mannerisms, how they walk, how they talk. Your characters need to have different ways that they speak, and you have to put that on the page. You have to show their language, their different inflections. Also helping to understand what your character's goal is helps to understand their flaws. Why aren't they reaching that goal? What do they need to do to accomplish that goal? And that's how you end up with your character arc. In the beginning, they have a goal. There's a reason they can't reach that goal. They go through struggles and they grow and they learn so they can accomplish that goal. Sometimes I think about a scene that my character's in, and I just sit down and start writing out the scene. How do they approach it? What's the problem going on in the scene that they need to fix? Something so simple as a fork in the road. Which way will they go? Why do they go that way? What influences their decision? Is there something that happened in the past that makes them think a certain way, so they make decisions based on that? The more you write your character, the more you'll learn to know them. You'll get to know them well. I've written certain scenes and sent it out for feedback and got feedback that said, she wouldn't say that. That's not something she would say. And I reread it and looked at it. Yeah, you're right. That isn't something that she would say. So your characters really do get to be like real people. These are your characters. It's up to you to decide what makes them do the things that they do. Something so small as even the clothes that your character wears is important, and there could be a reason for it. Why do they wear those clothes? Do they wear big baggy clothes because they're not comfortable with their body? Do they wear tight clothes because they're very confident? That could be one of their characteristics as well. Confidence, insecurity. There's a lot of different ways to bring out the characteristics. Put your character in tough situations and see how they react. I think that's the best way to really figure out their characteristics, their personality. If you have a character just in happy situations, going about their life, everything's going good, you don't really get to know them. You really get to know them when they have to figure out how to get out of a situation. Give your character a problem to solve. What's their thought process? How do they go about coming up with a solution? Put your character in a situation with somebody who has a complete opposite personality. Have them butt heads and go back and forth and try to figure things out together. Are they able to figure things out together? Do they go their separate ways? Do they figure things things out individually. That would be a fun exercise. You can also put your character in a scenario with somebody who's very similar to them. Do they butt heads? Do they find common ground? These are all different ways of developing your character and trying to figure out what they would do and how they would act. And that's important to bring that through in your writing. Put your characters in different scenarios. Let's say an interrogation. Is the character innocent? How are they acting? How do they react to being accused of something they didn't do? Is your character guilty? Do they admit guilt? Are they going to deny guilt and try to get out of it? How do they do that? Well, that's all for now. Thanks for writing along with me. I hope this was helpful. If you have any ideas on how to develop characters, leave me a comment, as well as any other topics that you'd like to talk about. Thanks. Keep writing. See you in the next chapter.